Hey, good morning everyone. I hope you're doing well. Look, I wanted to make this quick video for you. Every video I make is with the intention and the objective that you're going to be able to utilize something here that's going to allow you to move quicker, allow you to move faster. And most of these videos have to do something with your mindset because ultimately I believe that that's probably the greatest factor which enables us to move quicker or holds us back. So here's an idea. Here's something that came across my mind as I was journaling, as I was reading, as I was going through personal development yesterday. And that was, we always hear about this term. We always hear about that we are all connected. Have you ever heard of that term? Everyone is connected. You know, what does that even mean? What does it mean to be connected? Why is that even important? And how can you utilize this specific rule or law to enable you to achieve any goal you want faster? Well, I guess to kick off this video and to kind of give you some understanding that kind of came across my mind that I think is going to help is I want you to imagine for 1 second. Imagine for 1 second that you're giving a public speech. You're in a room, some people you know, some people you don't know. You're standing at the front, you're feeling terrified, and for whatever reason, these people are really unsupportive. You got up there, you gave your very best, but the reality was they thought you were horrible. And they threw stuff at you. You heard negative comments being whispered. How does it make you feel? Probably a little bit different, right? The energy in that room isn't as high, and you're feeling that. You're feeling the effects of that. Now, I understand you have the ability, we all have the ability, to decide how we want to think, to decide how we want to feel in that moment. But regardless of the fact, you're probably still affected to some degree, at least in that moment. Now, take a deep breath. I want you to envision the exact opposite now. Envision the exact opposite. You just gave the best speech of your life. Everyone's standing up, they're praising you, saying that that was the best speech they've ever heard. You get a standing ovation. Think how you feel now. Think of the smile on your face, the energy you feel. Completely different because the energy in that room is completely different now. And you're feeling the effects of that. So I want you to take these examples in and think, I don't know what your goals are, but let's say your goal was you wanted to feel happy. And maybe the people in your environment aren't the happiest. And so all of a sudden, you start giving more compliments to people. Now, I want you to be understanding here. I'm not saying this to be kind of the same thing that you guys hear in terms of statements that resonate with people where they're like, oh, treat people how you want to be treated, or give and people will give unto you. Yes, those things are true, but at the end of the day, they don't really mean much if we don't understand why this is true. They're just statements that we know we should live by, but we don't necessarily have that emotional connection to them, which means we don't necessarily operate from those places each and every day. So what I'm hoping that you'll get from this quick video is an understanding of this so that you can use it in your everyday life to help you accelerate and achieve your goals faster. So back to the example. Let's say, for example, that you start complimenting people. Now, whether they give you a compliment or they don't give you a compliment back, the important thing is you've naturally raised the energy in that environment, even if it's just a little bit. Whether they say thank you, whether they compliment you back, whether they don't. And because you've raised the energy in that environment a little bit more, you're gonna start to feel better about yourself. So here's the secret. You wanna feel good. People in your environment don't necessarily feel good, so you start giving what you want to receive. Now, you may receive it back from them or other people, but that's not really the important thing here. So we're talking more about at the energetic level. You're raising the energy in that environment. People are being influenced by you, and naturally that's reflecting back to you. So you may start to experience in your environment more happiness, more people complimenting you, and more good things happening. But that's because you are feeling better about yourself now. So that's how you influence your environment and other people and are influenced back by them, whether they give you a compliment or not. Let's give you another example. Let's say you're someone that really wants to experience abundance in your life and you want to experience that and see that in your everyday environment. Okay, fantastic. So let's say you're walking down the street and you see a homeless person. Now, I know sometimes we may wonder whether we should give money or not. Is this person going to use it for alcohol? Are they going to use it for food? Are they going to use it for something to better themselves? And sometimes, I feel called to give them money, and when I do, I do. But here's what's happening here again. Whether, they experience abundance right away or whatever they use it for, it doesn't really matter to you, but you're naturally making agreements with what you want to see in your life. And you're starting to feel more abundant now because you gave freely and you know that you helped someone. And again, that makes you feel better and start to move in that direction. And then sometimes you hear people 2 weeks later, 3 weeks later, or that day, they get some money back, or something happens where a really good thing happened in their life. They got a great job opportunity come up. Again, that's not the main reason why you're giving it, but again, you're influencing the energy in that environment, which is then being reflected back to you to feel the way that you want to feel, which is going to ultimately help you achieve your goals quicker. So how is this really important? What can you do with this on an everyday basis? Well, I want you to take away from this is I want you to think about whatever your goal is, what you're trying to achieve, what you're trying to accomplish, and understand that whatever you want to experience, if you want to experience faster, I want you to be able to leverage other people by leveraging that environment, understanding that we are all connected. And by doing that, by putting out what you want to experience to other people, even if you're not seeing that in your environment right now, you're going to be able to naturally have what you want to experience come back faster to you. So think about that, guys. You may not be in a situation right now. I know everyone that's watching this video has probably heard of, the statement where they say, if they want to figure out what your income is, they can take the average of your 5 best friends, 5 people you hang around. If you hang around 4 broke people, you're probably going to be the 5th broke person. If you hang around 4 or 5 millionaires, you'll probably be that 5th or 6th millionaire. Well, if you're not in that situation right now, and you need to be more proactive in influencing your environment, start putting out, in terms of compliments, in terms of energy, in terms of intentions, into your environment what you want to receive back, because you are going to influence the energy of that environment. And naturally, over time, it's going to help accelerate whatever you are trying to achieve. So get that understanding and ask yourself today, how can I use my environment? How can I use my relationship and my connection with other people to help me get what I want faster? And I don't want this to come off and sound like it's selfish. I don't want it to come off and say, hey, I'm giving because I want to receive. I really want you to understand that at the end of the day, we all do things because we want to feel a certain way. We want to feel good about our lives. And by us doing that and making other people feel good and putting out positive things in our lifestyle, some way, shape, or form, that's going to come back to us. So think about how you could apply that today. For me, it's, one thing that I always like to do is, and I like to remind myself, is like I want to leave them better than when I saw them or when they met me. And so that's why I always try to say something positive or give someone a compliment, even if it's something so small. Why do I do that? Well, I do that not just because I want to, make them feel good. I do want them to feel good, and I want to be authentic with my compliments, because that's going to shine through. If you're not authentic, people will know. I really want them to feel better, and I want them to be able to go into their life and be better than where I left them. But keep in mind that also comes back to me. I raised the energy in that environment, and now I start to feel better about myself, because one of my goals is I want to feel good about myself. I know if I'm going to achieve any financial goal, any relationship goal, any health goals, and have them last in the long run, I need to feel good about myself. And so I try to leverage my environment on a daily basis and others on a daily basis to help reinforce the way that I want to feel, that's going to enable me to achieve all of my goals. So I'm asking you, each one of you watching this video, to think about that primary goal that you have and look at, how can I leverage this law? How can I leverage this law and this principle of everyone being connected to help me achieve that faster? I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope it resonated with you, and I'm looking forward to creating more videos that are going to be helpful and useful to you. And if you have any comments, comment them on the video below here, and I'll see you guys soon. Cheers.